And welcome to this, our part 8 of our Assassin's Creed live playthrough. Uh, Thank you very much for joining us today. And we have a whole raft of stuff here. So, want to remind everybody about our trip to Egypt. I did get a contact today from our basically the facilitator of the tour of the Egypt in the Bible tour, and it's looking really good. We got some signups so far, and we do ask that if you are interested, please sign up. So that the tour operator knows that you're interested, so they can make the appropriate arrangements. So I want to thank everyone who has signed up so far, and it's looking really promising. So, we're going to start today with some super chats here. We got a whole bunch of them. And the first one we're going to do is we are just going to take a quick moment to thank our latest Horus tier YouTube member. Thank you very much for supporting the channel at the Horus level. We really appreciate it, and thank you so much. And the name here is the name Dean Lynn Weber. So thank you very much for supporting the channel in that way. We really appreciate it. We also want to we also got a bunch of super chats here from AT Ministries. Okay. We'll take those pretty quickly, and then we'll get right in the game. Are we body, soul, and spirit, or body and spirit? It's hard to say, honestly. It depends on what side of the bed I get up at. There's been people who, through history of the church, that have believed in both these views. Both these views have been popular at times. No one has really sort of been able to nail down which one it is for sure. But sometimes I get up out of the bed and say, today I'm just going to be a pure substance dualist and say there's body and spirit. And then when I get up on the other side of the bed, it's like, okay, there is a very attractive thing. 80 ministries. Are there enough that we'll go? Not yet, but it's still early. They're pleased so far. Okay, but we don't quite have enough signups yet to actually go. Okay, so we're getting there, but it's May, so I don't think the cutoff's until like November. So okay, so. There is, as I said, one attractive argument that does say that there's a body, soul, and spirit, in that if you have two spiritual entities that talk to each other, that can explain the communal nature of intelligence in people. So there is warrant for believing that there is a body, spirit, and a soul. But there's also warrant to believe it's just a body and spirit too. So no theology really hinges on this. Pick whichever side you think is cool, or do what I do at whatever side of the bed you wake up on. Okay? So thank you for that super chat. The next super chat here is also from AT Ministries for $4.99. Thank you for the super chat. And he asks, could we expect more evidence for the Exodus vids coming? What about Abraham and Joseph? Okay. Yes, we can expect more. I've got more than enough material to work on. It's more just a matter of time. It was thrilling to do another evidence for the Exodus video after having not done one for quite some time. So we're going to try to get back into doing more of those, because I still got a lot of data here to work through. What about Abraham and Joseph? Now, we have done 2 videos already on the life of Joseph, and you can go back and you can watch those at your leisure. Abraham, we've only done, I think, one video on Abraham. There's not a lot out there on Abraham. So, um, there's not a lot to go on with Abraham. Abraham, in some ways, is the murkiest. Well, Isaac is actually the murkiest, but Abraham is a murky figure in biblical history. So there isn't a lot to go on. Oddly enough, his father, we know a lot more about Abraham's father than we do about Abraham. So we know more about Terah, a lot more about Terah, than we do about Abraham. But we've got 2 videos on Joseph. We know more about Joseph because of his context. Abraham, we're kind of in the dark on still, to be honest. Okay. Then we got another one from AT Ministries here. Why was Ramses II's long life seen as a curse? How did Merneptah become pharaoh, being 13th in line? Okay. Well, Merneptah never expected to become pharaoh. He was, he was pretty far down the line. How he became pharaoh was he outlived his brothers. He outlived his 12 older brothers. Merneptah was pretty much in his 60s when he became king. So, he was an old guy. He had served well and a long career, illustrious career in the military. He had ascended the rank of general, which isn't that surprising given his royal status, but he was very, very good at what he did. Now, the long life of a king is often seen as not great for the kingdom. And the reason why it's not a great thing for the kingdom is because it leads to instability and you don't get new ideas coming in. So it tends to weaken kingdoms to have a king with a very, very long reign. So if you've got kings that are reigning in that ballpark 50, 60 years, it's gonna negatively affect your kingdom. 25 seems to be a good sweet spot. If a king reigns 25, you've got the combination of both stability and new blood coming in at a regular rate. But longer than that, it tends to weaken the kingdom. Whereas shorter than that, you start seeing a lot of instability as well. So I hope that answers those questions. Thank you for the super chat. And then we got the next one here. 499. Thank you for the super chat. How often do you find Egyptian documents, carvings, and or steles that are translated incorrectly? And I don't mean this game. Laugh out loud. Not so much with modern translations. It used to be that you found them quite regularly, especially amongst older translations. Translations from the 19th century can be really badly translated. So you have to take things that translations you find from the 19th century with a little bit of grain of salt. Even in the 1960s, some authors like Lichtime would take liberties with translations. And you kind of go, well, where did she get this from? And you just can't figure it out because, yeah, she took a lot of liberties with translations. More recent translations, like, for example, Simpsons, have been very, very good. Any Egyptian translation that's been done by a reasonable scholar in the last, I'd say, 20, 30 years has been pretty good, pretty solid. So it's not as big a problem as it used to be. But it used to be quite a problem, especially with some of the old stuff. Some of the old stuff was very badly translated. Okay, so I hope that helps. Thank you for the super chat. Got here another one for $4.99. Thank you for the super chat. Moses wasn't around when Ramessu became pharaoh. Correct. Considering he was born during I or Horemheb's reign. Yep. Then how long was Moses in Midian for? About 20, 25 years. He wasn't there for a full 40 years. Okay? He was there for 20, 25 years, roughly. So, and you can pretty much figure that out from the Egyptian chronologies, how long he was there. So he lives in Egypt for about 18-ish years, roughly. And then he leaves and he's gone for, I would say, let me do the math on this. Let me give you an exact number for how long he's gone. That would actually be a lot better than just sort of spitballing it here. So we add up the reigns here. So he leaves around the end of Horemheb's reign. So you could just say around 1305-ish, roughly. Ramses the First reigns for 2 years. Seti reigns for 15-ish. And then another 25 years. So you can add that all together. Yeah, about 42, I guess. So not 2025, but 42. Around 42 years. So he's gone for about 42 years when he comes back. So that's a better estimate. So he lives in Egypt for around 18-ish years. He leaves for about 42, and then he comes back. Right. 18 ministries for 199. Why were cities built on the east side of the Nile? Essentially, it's because of the weather. The east side of the Nile is warmer in the morning, cooler in the evening. Whereas the west side of the Nile tends to be cold in the morning and blisteringly hot in the afternoon. So that's why typically cities are built on the east, not on the west. It's just a matter of the direction of the sun. The east side gets a little more shade from the mountains on the in the east than, say, the western side does. So this is why they typically build the cities on the east and the tombs on the west. And it just has to do with the temperature gradient. So, 18 minutes. I didn't know Horemheb reigned that long. Yeah, he reigned for about 15 years. I reigned for about 4. So you can figure that Moses was about 18 when he left. When he had to skedaddle and get out of Dodge. He's about 18. So just old enough to survive out on his own, and still young enough to be hot-headed. Okay? So, that does seem to be a problem with Moses, is his temper, so. Now, do we have any more? Okay, looks like one more. Justinar, for $4.99 says, previously you recommended the Halot Concordance, but that seems a little expensive. Is there a good one, but more affordable that you can recommend? Yes. Holiday. Holiday's concise lexicon of Hebrew and Aramaic. It's sometimes just called the concise lexicon. Very affordable. It's about $35. And it's smaller. You're not going to get the detail that you get in Halot, of course, but it's still very good. It's an excellent, say, beginner's lexicon for those who are studying Hebrew. Okay? So that's what I would recommend here. So, anyway, thank you very much for that super chat. Very much appreciate it. I hope that helps. Okay, so that's the end of the super chats. I think we can get into the game now. Woohoo! All right. Yeah, Andrew, old enough to murder. Yeah, exactly. All right. Now, we are continuing here. And if I recall right, oops, turn on the sound here. There we go. Okay, if I recall right, we are at level 19. Okay, so since the last game, I basically did some grinding work here to get the level raised, so we'll be able to take on some of the better quests. Uh 80 Ministers asks, how do we know that Moses left at or before the end of Horemheb's reign and not into Ramessu's reign? Basically, we're not sure, but it really fits with Horemheb's reign. Now, Horemheb was a law and order kind of king. Very much a law and order kind of king. He didn't like corruption, would not stand corruption at all from princes, nobles, viziers, whatever. So the adopted grandson of a vizier is not going to get any special favor from Horemheb. Essentially. So it's one of the Horemheb is one of those few kings that would never tolerate any sort of favoritism, nepotism, graft, corruption. So if the adopted grandson of a vizier did something bad, there was no covering it up under Horemheb. He was just one of those. He had a really personal dislike of corruption. In fact, Horemheb was the first king of Egypt to not only do a written law, but have that written law be against corruption. So he also has the first anti-corruption legislation in Egypt. Horemheb was not a nobleman. He was a commoner. And when he was at Akhenaten, Akhenaten's capital, he saw corruption all around him. And he just couldn't stand it. It just rubbed him the wrong way in every direction. So he had zero tolerance towards corruption. So if you misbehaved, he took a really hard stance. So it's one of the few times when, say, the grandson of a vizier could not get away with murder. So it fits very, very well with the narrative that we have of Horemheb. All right. Now, back to the game. All right, we are here at Giza where we left off, even though I did some work to get us a little higher here, about 3 ranks, 3 levels. And one of the things I found in the meantime, as I was poking around here,
the Great Sphinx.
The Great Sphinx.
Smaller than I expected.
Ooh. Okay. Here we've got some features of the Sphinx that no longer exist, which I really think is really cool. Okay. Sphinx still has his nose, and it had his nose in ancient times, we know this. Also had his beard, and the statue that was underneath it. There was a full statue. And they've included here the Dream Stela, which I think is fascinating. This is the famous Dream Stele. This is the Dream Stele of I think it's Amenhotep II, where he basically says that he fell asleep in front of the Sphinx and dreamed of becoming king. So, this is a very famous stele. They have replicated it here very nicely. And this is a very, very important historical document. Basically where he says that, his brothers did not become king. and he dreamed that he would be king. Okay, so the brickwork here on the Sphinx is restoration work that was done by, and this is actually like you would find on the Sphinx. This is brickwork that was done by the son of Ramses II to restore the Sphinx, to basically fix some of the erosion that had happened from the wind. The Giza Plain has a terrible wind erosion, and the Sphinx in many places was badly eroded. These bricks here were placed by Ramses II's son, Ramses Nocht, to fix the Sphinx. Okay. So this is actually period that there was some restoration work done in the 19th dynasty. They have included here the tail. There you can see a bit of brickwork that slants up into the right corner there. That's the tail of the Sphinx. Yes, the Sphinx has a tail. This is cool. It's really cool. Yeah, most people don't know that the Sphinx has a tail. Now we're going to go to a part that's not so historical.
Hidden entrance.
A hidden
How long has
entrance.
this been here?
I don't know. It was not there today. There is no hidden entrance under the Sphinx. But we're going to go in it anyway. Ooh. Spooky. Yeah, you will not find canopic jars. That's a canopic jar. You wouldn't find one in isolation anyway. You would not find a false door. That's a false door. None of this you would find in the Sphinx, because there's no secret passage in the Sphinx. Yeah, yeah. Anabaptist secret chambers in the Sphinx. The Egyptians should have thought of that. Yeah, they probably should have. They just didn't. It wasn't part of it. Okay. Look at that. A tomb. Loot treasures. Okay. What am I looting? Oh. Okay, nothing there. I don't see anything in there. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. You see that really tiny statue right beside the torch? That is a recreation of the statuette of Khufu, the king who built the Great Pyramid. Now, the Sphinx was built after the Great Pyramid, but this little figurine is actually, they've represented it here really big. It is in life only about 1.5 inches tall. Okay? It's the only little statue that we have of Khufu. And it's really cool. They have it in the Egyptian Museum. I guess it's now would probably be at the Gem. But it used to be at the Egyptian Museum. It's kind of a greenish color. It's, as I say, it's only about 1.5 inches tall. Really tiny. And it's the only statue we have of Khufu. But they have recreated it here in a larger form for your viewing pleasure. So that's cool. Okay, more non-period pottery. All right, who's supposed to be buried here?
Ah, dead end. Does
How
not
many-
make sense.
How many canopic jars are
There's no
there?
way forward.
I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 canopic jars. Did I count that right? 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. Maybe there's 12. Okay, maybe there's 12 canopic jars there. Nope, there's 13. 13, 14, 15. Holy crow, how many internal organs does this person have? Okay, so 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. That's... Oh, and there's more over here. 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47. 47. 48, 49... 50. 50 canoptic jars. Now, there are only 4 canoptic jars possible per person. Okay. I see 1 mummy and 50 canopic jars. Hey, that is 1 mummy, right? Yeah, it's 1 mummy. Light. Whoa, organ trafficker. Maybe an ancient organ trafficker. Could be. Oh, that's a lot of canopic jars. Yikes. Yeah, that's the canopic equivalent of 13 individuals. What did he do? It was a terrible accident. Yeah. Oh boy, there must have been quite the accident. Couldn't recover the bodies, but hey, we got all the internal slop. Nice. In almost every burial we ever find, it's 4. Okay. Now, there is one burial that is known where 6 jars were recovered. But it's believed to have been the jars of 2 individuals. Okay? So, even then, nobody ever was buried with more than 4. Okay? At least not intentionally, and not... they didn't have more than 4 per person. Wow. Oh, there was a looting opportunity here. Loot. Oh, just a few coins. Come on. Mash. Angry at inconsistent canopic jars. And deep down into the heart of the Sphinx. The belly of the Sphinx. With all these convenient torches. Like they wanted us to go down here. 18 Ministries. Homeboy had 50 jars and only a handful of coins. Someone didn't budget properly. Yeah. Yeah, that seemed to be a little odd. Okay, we got some paintings here. That would probably be Khnum at this point in time, would be my guess. It could be Amun as well, but it's a little early in the history for it to be Amun. Ooh, we got a cartouche there. Usur Ma'are! That's the cartouche of Ramses. Okay, probably Ramses the Second. So, what's he doing in the Sphinx? And why is that, a hippo or a pig up there?
Hippo pig.
It's a hippo pig. Hippos are not a common hieroglyph, so I'm not sure why you would find it up there, but it doesn't seem to make a lot of sense linguistically, but there's a hippo pig up there. And a half cut off cartouche at the top, so somebody sliced the hippo pig, yeah. Yeah. Amun as a deity was really not very common in the Old Kingdom. You don't see him referenced a lot. The earliest reference we have to Amun-Re is actually in the 12th dynasty in the Middle Kingdom, on the Whitechapel of, I think it's Senwosret II. So the Whitechapel of Karnak is the first written reference we have to Amun-Re. So we would never find Amun-Re referenced in an Old Kingdom architecture like this, but then again, it's got the cartouche of Ramses II, which is New Kingdom 19th dynasty. Okay, what do we got here? We got stones inside. And a deep temple of some kind under the Sphinx. Who knew? Look at that. Of course, it would be really, really cool if they announced sometime this year, hey, we found a great temple under the Sphinx after years of finding nothing. That would be awesome. Mama, hippo pig, cousin to the hippogriff. Yep. Oops, where was it? This one here. Mechanique says Taweret is the hippo. Taweret was also portrayed standing upright. Okay, so they wouldn't normally the determinatives for Taweret would not be basically with a hippo on all fours. So it would be definitely something that is it's a hippo on all fours would not be used for Taweret. Okay, Darkblade asks, which modern Egyptian governorates and or ancient nomes does your tour cover? We cover, if you take the extended tour, you start at Sinai, which is not actually an ancient governorate, but it's a modern, the Sinai has its own governorate today. We will also cover Aswan, Thebes, Abydos, Cairo, and down into Tanis. Mechanic, I was explaining that Happy isn't a hippo to AT. Yeah, Happy isn't. He's a dude with female parts. Yeah, that's the best way to describe it. What's this? Can't see him get in there. Ooh. Ooh, loot. Oh. Loot. More loot. That it? Man. Cheapskate. Makes a beautiful big tomb and doesn't put anything in it. Now there is... Ooh.
By a moon. What is this?
Ah, Sphinx with a Sphinx. And Kepere, Tutmosis III. What's Tutmosis III doing under a 4th Dynasty monument? I have no idea. Oh, okay. Passage may be blocked off. All right. Well, we'll keep that in mind, but we're here right now. It was just kind of cool that I found it. And let's just see what we can see. AT Ministries asks, when did the Sphinx get the Michael Jackson treatment, lose its nose? We're not sure. It seems to have happened sometime during the Islamic period. We're not sure exactly when. It is recorded as having its nose up until roughly the 500s. So it kept its nose through most of the Egyptian monarchy. We've got a map here. Some kind. Ooh, interesting. A little map of the Giza Plateau. Sort of. It's not accurate, though. What are those 3 little pyramids doing there? Okay. I recognize the big 3 in the diagonal there. You know, you've got Khufu, Khafre, and Menkaure. But those other 3, there's no other 3 pyramids. Oh, those other 3 pyramids? Eh. Yeah, I'm not sure where those other 3 pyramids came from. I don't know if they're trying to imitate Saqqara there, but those 3 shouldn't be there. Definitely should not be there. If you go there today, and that site is way open on the south of the Sphinx side. All right, we'll arrange this here. Okay, this is sort of the map now arranged north to south. Okay, but those bottom 3 pyramids should not be there. Okay. You go there today, it's nothing but sort of flat sand there. It's a flat part of the plateau. You can go and you can see the ridge in the distance. But, yeah, I'm wondering about the context of this map's existence, too. And if you go right where I'm standing here, a little bit over, I'll stand a little right there. Okay, right where I'm standing, it's a really nice hotel. Okay, definitely recommend the hotel there. It's got a nice roof courtyard. You can get some drinks. Definitely the ideal place for a hotel. The hotel there, fantastic. I don't know why the tourist map here didn't include it, since it's really not historically accurate anyway. They should have included the hotel. Okay. Over here, you'll find condominiums. There's another big resort hotel on this side. 18 Ministries. Will we be staying at the hotel? What is its name? I don't know the hotel information, so I might not know the hotel information until quite late. So hit me up later for that one. It's not uncommon for the hotel information to change depending on the size of the tour. So, but it will be nice. That's pretty much all I can guarantee. Because one of the things about Egypt is it's a tourist industry. It depends upon its hotels and accommodations to keep people coming. So almost, it's one of those things where, you know, you go to a random hotel in like North America and you don't know what you're going to get. You know, you don't know if you're going to get cockroaches or whatever. Not in Egypt. In Egypt, most hotels, even the really inexpensive ones, are really nice. Okay. R1 asks, will you be streaming or filming during your Egypt tour? We hope so. We hope so, but it's going to depend on a lot of things. Internet is not the greatest over there. So what we might do is we might record a few things and upload them as we're doing the tour. But 18 Ministries. There's a KFC next to the pyramids of Giza. I know it. I just don't know where. It's actually further away from the pyramids than you would expect. Yeah, I know about the KFC because, frankly, I looked for it. I wanted to go to the KFC because one of the things about being in Egypt for any length of time is you start craving Western food, like McDonald's, like KFC. There's a McDonald's at Luxor. Really recommend that McDonald's. Great McDonald's. You can get some really interesting stuff there. The KFC's a bit harder. Is harder to get to. KFC, you kind of have to almost. You have to take a cab from the pyramids. It's not in walking distance. Okay, it's not in walking distance of the pyramids. You basically have to get into a cab, and you have to go almost to the river. So it's kind of on the river side. So it's actually quite a ways away. It's about 10, 12 miles from the pyramids. So, so even though they like to say that the KFC is close to the pyramids, it's really not. Now, on the other hand, there are some really good restaurants near the pyramids. There's one kind of a hole in the wall I know about where you have to kind of go down this back alley. You have to go down this back alley, and you'll run into some Bedouin with horses as you're out there. And you go up the stairs, and there is this... they serve a really, really good... How do I say it? It's almost like a turducken. Almost like that. Except it's like chicken stuffed with ham, a layer of ham, and stuffed with a layer of sausage. And it's really delicious. Okay? 18 Mysteries. Do we know what restaurants we'll be eating at? Nope. sorry, still don't know that information either. So, again, that's all going to be arranged ahead of time by the tour group, by the tour company. They've got their own arrangements for this. I'm one of those guys, though, that likes to sneak out sometimes, though, to eat. So, if you stick close to me, you'll get some interesting, how do I say this? Wait, ham? Halal ham? No, not halal. Okay, not halal. I know places in Egypt. Ham's hard to get in Egypt. Ham is hard to get in Egypt. Bacon. I know a place that does bacon sandwiches in Egypt. Okay. It's a place right beside McDonald's called Snack Time. It's called Snack Time. Snack Time has these cordon bleu sandwiches. Okay? Now, cordon bleu, for those of you who don't know, is a French dish. It's fried chicken with Swiss cheese and ham, or bacon. They use bacon. And Snack Time has delicious stuff. Okay, it's really good. It's really good. But it's a place you have to know about. You have to know about Snack Time and what they serve. It's one of the few places in Luxor where you can get bacon. So, yeah, definitely tag along with me when I sneak out for a midnight snack. Tag along with me when there's when we go to the souks. Okay, because I'll show you some interesting stuff on the souks. Okay, so let's get back here to the. What? Why? Opens coat. Yo, man, you want to fix me? Want me to fix you up with some ham? 18 Ministry sounds like Dr. Falk and I are going on our own. Our Assassin's Creed adventure in Egypt. Laugh out loud. Mouthwash. Dang, wish I could go. Well, wish you could too. It's going to be a great time. Making me hungry for it. Well, I've had some good things, some really good things to eat there. Oh, there is this place on the Nile, called the Tutankhamun. Okay, it's just called the Tutankhamun, and it's on the west side of Thebes, and one of the most amazing restaurants I have ever been to anywhere. This restaurant makes a chicken, an apple banana chicken curry that is to die for. It is delicious. Now, when I went there, the last time I went there, I had to go upstairs because they had closed the Riverside dining area because of security concerns, and that's fair. I went up to the rooftop restaurant, and the guy goes, "Would you like to try the okra?" I said, "Okra?" He goes, "It's the chef's special." And I said, "Hook me up." It's like, he says, "You won't be sorry." I'm sure. It's like, and I swear was the best okra I had ever tasted anywhere. This stuff was amazing. Absolutely amazing. It was beautifully spiced. It was heavily spiced, but it was beautifully spiced. Not the slightest bit slimy, like you sometimes get with okra. It was well seasoned, well prepared. It just like melted in your mouth, and it was just like, oh my gosh, I'm having a religious experience here over okra. I can't believe it. It's like it was it was one of the best things I have ever put in my mouth. And I would have never tried it on my own. If the waiter hadn't come up and said, "Chef special. This is especially of the chef." That guy knows what he's doing. That guy knows what he's doing. Yeah, I'll order. 18 Ministries says I want the okra. Yeah, yeah. If I get to go back there, I'm gonna order the okra again, because that stuff was just unbelievably good. Yeah, and the apple chicken curry. And it's a huge meal. The apple chicken curry alone is a massive meal, so I wouldn't have even thought to order the okra. I mean, it's a large meal. I mean, they serve you with bread and rice and all that, and it's a huge meal. The Ministries, we're going. We'll sneak out. Well, it'd be easier if they hotel us on the west side, but I don't know if they will. Okay, so let's get back here. The apple chicken curry, though, the apple banana chicken curry is delicious. Absolutely delicious. It came highly recommended before I went there, and every time I've gone there, it's just like, it's been amazing. Woo! Down! 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 That. Loot! Wow. Okay, now this guy had some coins. Alright, we got it. Dual sword. Alright, whatever. Okay, so it looks like we have plundered the Sphinx. Still don't know anything about who is buried here. We had some fair bit of New Kingdom stuff. Okay. A big Eye of Horus there. Big one. Look at that. You can get a better view of it. Yeah. Big Eye of Horus in the wall there. Alright, not sure why. Okay, we got a super chat here from Mechanite for $5. And he says, quote, this is the place on the Nile. Oh, the introduction that could come after this. But which to you is the biggest asset to Egypt's wonder? Oh. It's a good question. Well, people go to Egypt to see the pyramids. I don't like the pyramids that much. I think the temples are amazing. For me, Egypt is all about the temples. You go to see the temples and the tombs. That's why you go to Egypt. And the temples are amazing. In fact, I prefer the temples even over the tombs. Some of the tombs though are really nice, like in King's Valley, the tomb of Ramses VI is incredible. But the temples are the bee's knees. I think probably the most amazing temple in Egypt is probably, for me, it's kind of a toss-up. I think the Ramesseum is very underrated. I love the Ramesseum. I think the Ramesseum is spectacular and interesting. All right, let me just do that. Okay. The other temple I think that's really amazing is Dendera. Dendera is an absolutely beautiful temple. It's got most of its original color, bright blues, purples, yellows. I mean, it's just an amazingly decorated temple. The roof is magnificent at Dendera. The ceiling. There's also some access. If you can get onto the roof, that's also amazing. It's also got an incredible chamber of secrets if you can get into it. They don't always allow tour groups into the chamber of secrets. If we can get into the chamber of secrets, we will, because it's so... It's phenomenal. It's beautiful. It's all alabaster down there. The chamber of secrets at Dendera is what has the famous Dendera light bulb, which is not a light bulb, but it looks a bit like a light bulb. It's beautiful, though. Absolutely, that whole sort of chamber is just gorgeous. It's an artistic masterpiece. Chamber of Secrets. Is the basilisk still inside, or did Harry kill it? I think Harry killed it already. Yeah. So what? Yeah, the skeletons are still there, yeah. Mama says Harry Potter ear perks up. Chamber of Secrets? Oh, yeah. Most temples in Egypt have a Chamber of Secrets. Okay? Now, these are what we call in Egyptian setcha. Religious secrets. Okay? Mysteries is another way of translating it. Chamber of Mysteries would be another way. But they are secrets of temple ritual. And the most sacred secret rituals take place in that chamber, and those chambers are located underneath the temples. I know there's one at... I mean, it's the one at Dendera, of course, because you can go into that one sometimes. Temple of Mut also has one, although I don't think it's been properly excavated. I've saw the hole where you can go down, where one goes down into it, but I don't think they've properly excavated that yet. Which is unfortunate, because I think more Chamber of Secrets should be available to more people to see. It's a really... no, it's not a restroom. Sorry. Why? It's the priest's restroom, isn't it? No, it's not a restroom. No, it's a place where the most private rituals are done. Okay? So, it's not that. Okay, nice try, though. Okay, so we're finished with the Sphinx here. Can we light this up? Oh, that's kind of interesting. Okay. Overhead in this Sphinx room here looks like to be an astrological ceiling. This is very similar to the astrological ceiling that was at Dendera Temple. Now, the French stole that ceiling. Okay? The French steal everything. Okay? But you can see the original ceiling if you go to the Louvre. They have replaced the ceiling at Dendera Temple with a copy, but it's so badly painted, and that room is so badly lit, you really can't see the ceiling. But that's what this is above our heads. It is an astrological ceiling. And it's kind of weird when you go into the Dendera Temple and see it, because it's not high over your head. The astrological ceiling is only about 6 feet above you, or 6 feet above the ground. So if you're tall, you'd actually hit it with your head. So yeah, it's low enough to steal. Okay. Okay, so that's the Sphinx. We will take off here from the Sphinx. think we've gotten everything we've had from the Sphinx. We got to see some interesting stuff here. Really interesting stuff. So that's a good first step. Okay. And no, there's no real passage under the Sphinx. And we've got our guys with 1,000,000 organs here. And out we go. Okay. Now, let's go look at our map here. Mr. Sting, Scarab's Lies. Let's go to main quests. We can now take on the Scarab's Lies, because we're at that level now. Get the map. It's here. Mama, the French steal everything. Dr. Falk, well. Yeah, they stole a lot from Egypt. A lot. Don't see any fords here. Ah, there's a ford.
I must be careful now.
I find you, bastard. Hey, what?
Okay, let's sneak up in him. Yeah, loot.
Wait a second. You won't escape me, corpse.
Now then, this was the spot.
Okay. I think we dispatched everyone on the roof here. Now, let's see if we can get close to the Scarab here without. Scarab. He did it. He learned how to stealth. Yeah, who knows how long that'll last.
Hey! Death for you! You are finished. Dead. Wait a second.
There's so much for death for me. see here.
Not going anywhere! Hey! I'll get the fire going! You die.
Right. Cutscene.
So, this is how a dream dies. I could have built something to last an age.
And Goopa could have sung stories of your accomplishments.
There are things I regret. We all labor for higher powers. We are all enthralled to greater forces. There is no escape. I am but one in the Order of Ancients. This victory will bring you no peace.
It is not peace that I seek. It is not for my soul that I walk this path.
The Order of Ancients will remember me as the bringer of waters and the builder of cities.
God, it requires her aid or something like that. I don't know. It's been a while.
Oh, the desert will blow in and scatter the dream of Metropolis like dust.
Bye-bye. All right, time to get out of there. This.
Father! I'll cut you down like you did my father!
See, this is why you kill the kids too.
I got you all, friend! I hate you!
Vendetta.
Take care of him. Try to make him understand if you can.
You have brought blood and death to my house.
You are blind. But now you must open your eyes. Your husband was the Scarab. He did this. Your father was tortured and scarred by this man. As were so many others.
No!
It is up to you.
Well, this is
Let your
awkward.
boy into the light, out of the blood and shadows of his father's legacy.
Team Ministries, Dr. Falk went full on Book of Joshua right there.
I'm sorry, my
Had a
son.
point. That's all I'm saying. They had a point.
Good news, Layla. ISDNA has finished sequencing. You can sync with their memories now. They're pretty fragmented, but you should be able to dip in for a little while.
Not another modern sequence.
Okay. Weird.
Gaius Octavius. There's no making him understand. That kid is gonna hate him. Oh yeah. And that kid's gonna do vendetta. Oh yeah, because that's the ancient way. That's the way things were done in ancient times. Oh, look at that. Boo, modern times.
Just like the Battle of Salamis, Captain. I have you trapped.
No, not more modernity.
Here comes Themistocles. And that is the game.
Oh!
Spoil sport.
Foxy, that's why are we delivering all this treasure? We could retire to Lesbos with this amount of gold.
What say you, desert rats?
Yeah, you don't want to go to
Doesn't
Lesbos.
make it to Pompeii. This ship won't either.
Not the place for you, man.
We crawl through Hades to deliver it if we have to.
Enough.
Not modern times. It's now Aya's memory, not Bayek's.
My trusted shield boy, get to it, huh? We've been hired to bribe Pompeii, to save a queen, and to win a kingdom. The usual fare for us mercenaries, huh?
Strikers!
Oh, look, it's a boat. We're...
Pick up the pace.
Row! Row, you gelflings, row! Oh, wrong series.
Steady now. Rocks and rubble ahead.
We are now sailing the Aegean coast. Look at this.
Your third voyage. And already you bark like a command crew.
I enjoy watching spittle get caught in your beard, Foxy Das.
Let's not be thrown into the sea. That's no death for such a hero as me.
Okay, we're gonna take the channel here,
I see them.
which is probably
Not
dangerous
exactly a scupper for nothing.
Now
and
you're
risky.
just trying to impress me. Sails on the horizon, there! Those colors are not from Rome. What mess has this boxy queen dragged us into?
Ptolemy's ships, sent by the Order of Ancients, no doubt.
What business do they have with Pompeii?
Pompey's armies will give Cleopatra the throne. They mean to prevent the alliance before it happens. We must hurry.
Poseidon's peace. The air is already choked with smoke. The seas will steam near the volcano. We should keep our distance if we don't want to burn.
Is that Methana? She hasn't burst for hundreds of years.
Wouldn't surprise me if she burst now.
Ready ourselves! Let's show these traitors they chose the wrong pharaoh!
You gonna go attack that ship? Well, ramming speed.
A rain of fire! Order the shields!
We'll shift the brace.
Need more speed! Come! They got us! Galley speed! Go 200! Not bad! More speed, Zero! Steady!
Give her a broadside.
Some hell of a fan! Go 200! I see ships burning down fast!
Oh, look, there's more of them.
Off the tempo!
We are going to be slinking an entire fleet. One ship.
Arrows incoming! We've I've got these Malakia. Target their rear wings. They're full of oil. They'll burn like camel sheep. All for ramming speed. Got them like fish. Oh la la! Hey!
Up the pace, brothers! Don't do harder!
Hey!
Speed up! Don't do harder! Give them hell of a fan!
Hey!
Don't do harder! More speed! Hit us well with that one!
Fire!
Give them hell of a fan! Hit us square with that one! Hit us square with that one!
Fire!
Give them hell of a fan!
Ah! That's the last of them down.
Boom!
Yet still no sign of your faithless Roman.
Be careful with your jibes, Captain. Pompey is a needed ally, and no mean general. We didn't sail all this way just to offend him with insults.
I am who I am. I do not change for kings or queens. I left my wife and kids behind for the same reason. No one sane accepts me.
I accept you. We accept you. Ah la la!
These 100 nauta is enough acceptance for me. It's hard to say goodbye to those who don't accept us. But it is also the only way.
Is it? Pompey will be at the appointed place, off Terra's coast. Sail on!
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, those archers must have an intense workout if they can sink ships like that. Yeah.
Don't rush. There may be patrols ahead.
Are you ordering me away from a fight?
Eddie, shit. Of course not. But I am not keen to die protecting a Roman. Especially one who can afford his own protection. You know, you really should join this triary. You'd fit right in.
We're not here to protect Pompey. We're here to bribe him.
Makes me sick to hear it. Wasn't it Cleopatra's father? Firebombs ready! Call for them when we pull
There was 18 Ministries. Is this what ancient naval combat was like? A little bit. Ramming was very common. These ships were equipped with battle rams on the front. Fire arrows were also common. Burning oil.
Pompey is taking heavy fire. We must stop them.
Keep at the boxy bastards! We'll break them or take them down with us!
Yeah.
Need more speed! Don't too hard! Pick up the pace! Fire! Hit the square with that one! Don't too hard! Speed up! Up the pace, brothers! Arrows incoming! Ready! Give them hell of a fan! Give them hell of a fan!
They did use fire arrows. mostly against the sails. Sails were flammable.
There might be more to you than royal cuts.
It depends on
Or you'll discover a mentioned
were
something.
the way fire arrows worked is that they were usually tipped with pitch, and it's the burning pitch. And it's not so much that they were aflame, but they were hot enough that they would set something on fire once they hit it. So they weren't like flaming in the air, okay? But they were hot enough that and melty enough that when they hit something, it would cause it to combust. So they did actually have fire arrows. It's just not typically what we think of them as.
Civil war in Egypt, and a mercenary trireme comes to my aid.
Yeah, they did have burning
With
pitch.
Caesar, I find it odd. Who in Hades are you?
Well, we could have let you die.
Pompeius Magnus. Greetings and friendship from Queen Cleopatra.
Cleopatra offers gold to win my favor once I've won Rome. Is that what friendship means to your queen?
Whose face graces that coin? Do Roman women receive the same honor? An alliance with Cleopatra is a
That's a
union of
huge
true
coin.
power.
They were never that
She
big.
wants more than an ally. She seeks a king.
A valuable friendship indeed. Agreed. My fleet will soon be ready for Egypt.
I don't know if those axes are historical. I don't think they are, but that could just be me. I'm not an expert on Roman weapons, though. By the way, the Egyptians used a lot of pitch. So... Uh-oh, that's not good. My thing just froze here. Are we back? Okay, but I just noticed my OBS studio. Okay. And they see me. Now let me just check something here before. Okay. Okay. It says we have an excellent connection. For some reason, OBS just glitched on me for some reason, and I'm not sure why. No drop frames, but for some reason, my camera paused and the sound stopped. Okay. All right, all fine on your end. That's cool. All right. All right, we're back at Letopolis. We should probably get out of here. It's not me, it's you. Yeah, it's probably me. Okay. Alright, so we've just dealt with the Scarab. Let's see who's next here. Let's do the Hyena. Okay. He's another person on the main quest, so let's take care of this good dude, and we'll go back to Giza. Probably. That's where these guys are at. Boo, I don't want a Elitopolis with no Temple of Yahweh. Yeah, I know. Bummer. Bummer.
Get out of my way! Eat this!
Okay, you bums.
Whoa.
Anyone else want to take me on? Anyone else feel brave? Any of you? Nah? No one else want to pick a fight? Okay. Alright. Thought we established that. Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Mama. That map is disorienting. You guys want to pick a fight with me too? No? No? Okay. Hmm? Oh. Pompey died in an attempt to meet with his allies, his Egyptian allies. He got to the coast of Syria, and I think he went to the coast of Syria, and they killed him as he landed. So he didn't even get to say much of anything before they just killed him. If I remember correctly, and I'm not saying I do remember, because, again, Ptolemaic history, not exactly my thing. Okay, we're after the Caliset. Darkblade, what triggers Dr. Falk more? Assassin's Creed inaccuracies or hearing Amenhotep II in 1446 BC in the same sentence? The latter.
They're artists.
Yeah, game designers are artists. They're allowed certain liberties. It's when they start confusing fiction with fact that things starts to get a little hinky in my books. Queen's Pyramid.
Whoa.
Oh, come on. Can't make it up there? Oh, lucky horse. All right. Hey, Bon, good to see you. Hmm? Yeah, well, I did, it's hard to get the horse up the ravine, so I just climb the ravine and then call the horse up to me and have the horse find his way. All right, let's get Senu here going. Hyena's lair. Real hyenas.
So this is the hyena's lair. No sign of Khaliset though. Mered was telling the truth.
But
Figure out
hyenas?
where she went.
Hyenas are not small animals, by the way. They make them look like little dogs here. They aren't little dogs. We saw some hyenas at the Milwaukee Zoo that were like 4 feet at... You know, they come up to you like... The top of their heads are like 4 feet off the ground. Yeah. These are not small animals. Anyone who thinks that a hyena is a small animal is just deluding themselves. Yeah, they are not. Right, you're on your own. Alright, let's see if we can find Keliset. Investigation area. Investigate.
Someone has made this. This is where Khaliset slept, protected from sandstorms. The lotus flower of rebirth. She must have picked these for a reason. A letter. The symbol of the snake is on it. Khaliset is clearly working with the Order. And
No kidding, she's working with the Order. That's why we're here. Question is, why would you sleep with a den of hyenas? Kind of disgusting.
now, why would one of her loyal beasts be caged? Khufu's tomb. She has detailed every crevice. Ah, she has not finished. That is where I will find her. I will head to the pyramids.
Ooh, we're going back to the pyramids. Alright, now we're at level 20. Let's see if we can improve any gear here. Blunts, heavy blades, spears. Spears were still the same. Fine. Looks okay still. Let's see. Okay, it's level 18, 19 bow we can upgrade to. Here. This looks fine otherwise. Okay, cool. AT Ministries. You'd sleep next to a hyena den because they sing like the lion, like the OG Lion King. Hyenas are disgusting, though. I mean, they really are nasty animals. I mean, you're talking smell bad, the whole 9 yards. They're like the worst of scavengers. I said they sound good, not smell good. Okay. Okay. Okay, I got it here. Bonbon asks, why were the Egyptians so much softer and meeker in comparison to the Mesopotamian empires like Assyrians, Hittites, Mitanni, Achaemenids? The reason is going to boil down to this, which is the way they did empires was very different. Egypt never did an empire. Egypt just did a hegemony. All Egypt was interested in was tribute. That's it. Egypt didn't want to rule. They didn't want to govern. They didn't want to even administer it, their holdings. They just wanted the loot. That's it. That's all they wanted out of, say, their holdings in Canaan and in, say, Mesopotamia. Or not Mesopotamia, Nubia. They just wanted the loot. Assyrians, Hittites... Let's start with the Hittites. The Persians, they wanted control. And they would replace governors and have an iron fist over. The Assyrians particularly were interested in causing fear. So the Assyrians would extract large amounts of tribute, but do it on the basis of scaring you. So the way that the Assyrians worked was they would go into a place, break a lot of skulls, do a lot of damage, get people really, really afraid of them. So there would never be a rebellion. Of course, people would only tolerate fear for so long. But that was the Assyrian philosophy, was you scare people. You get them afraid, you get them compliant, and then you continue to extract tribute. Egyptians didn't have that. They took a lot lighter touch. They're really much more interested in... the Egyptians were much more interested in just getting the money outright and leaving you alone. Alright. here to on track to. Woo! Down we go. Yeah, Darkblade says Egyptians, money-only mafia. Assyrians, money and viciousness mafia. Yeah. That's a good analogy. Yeah, that's a very good summary here. Post that up there. Yeah. Well, there is a wisdom. Bonbon says Egyptian seems easier but less enduring, except it wasn't. It lasted a lot longer than the Assyrian holdings. The Assyrians only really had an expansive empire from the point of Tiglath-Pileser III on. It's not that long when you think about it in comparison to how long, say, the Egyptians had their hegemony. You know, the Egyptians had an hegemony from the Middle Kingdom all the way to practically, say, roughly the beginning of Dynasty 20. That's a long run. That's a good long run. So there was some wisdom in that.
Hyenas. Khaliset must be inside.
I'll have your guts, Horsan!
Oh, it keeps knocking me off.
Give me time to get clear!
Let's go get this. Gaius Octavia asks, was there any Eastern Empire more brutal than the Assyrians after its fall? No. No, the Assyrians were really brutal. There were moments when, say, the Persians were just as brutal. So the Persians had their moments. Where's that entrance again? Let's see where. There. Yeah, there's times when the Persians were as brutal as the Assyrians. But even the Persians had their limits to what they would do. Persians kind of had a different approach, too, than, say, the Assyrians. the Persians tried to negotiate their way. Basically, when they would roll into a place, the Persians would give you a lot of opportunity to just sign on with them. No. Sign a treaty with the Persians and avoid a fight. A lot of the later empires did that. The Romans did that too, where instead of conquering a place, they would just sort of roll in and offer you a treaty. No, there isn't really a villain story for them. Question up here. The Bonbon asks, is there anything like a villain origin story for the Assyrians for what made them so evil and brutal? No. No, it was basically, it was pure economics that drove them. Yeah, it's pure economics that drove the Assyrians, and the Assyrians are basically going to move, basically, they're fighting, you could say this, they are competing with other city-states in Mesopotamia for resources. So in that competition for resources, they just became more brutal, more successful at beating up people than their neighbors. So they become sort of the local bully. And as such, because they became the local bully, they just took that same strategy and just applied it to everywhere they went.
You, who dares to enter here where silence has befallen her?
A Magi who has treaded many dunes to find you.
Ooh.
Hide if you must, Hyena. But this tomb will not protect you.
I demand that you stop here. Turn back now and I will excuse this intrusion.
Siwa was an intrusion.
Yeah, I can't think of a worse place to hide than the Pyramid of Khufu. It's not like you've got a lot of places to go.
Man, I am Iset, possessor of magic. The gods live here, not you.
Iset is the Egyptian name for Isis. Is that bats or rats I hear? I don't like either one. Well, bats are cute. I like bats. Yeah, I like bats.
Be gone! Osiris cannot be disturbed.
Why? Is Osiris taking a nap? Is he on the toilet? Why can't Osiris be disturbed? Elijah wants to know. Is he on vacation?
This trapdoor. What is it protecting?
Heathen! The wakeful one is asleep! Go no further, or I will drench these arid plains with your blood!
How about we cover 2 altars in blood and let's see which one catches on fire?
What is this place? A tomb beneath a tomb.
A tomb beneath a tomb. Is that like a hat on a hat?
gruesome madness happened here.
Oh wow,
That
look at
place with a window to the gods.
that. It's like
What
the
kind of
obelisk
ritual
from
is she
2001. Now we know what happened to it. The mystery wrapped in an enigma, wrapped in a sock puppet. And apparently they invented the laser beam.
Still warm. And the ceremonial knife. This was a sacrifice.
Darkblade petitioned for June to be chronology month and for ancient Egypt in the Bible, just like how we had Logic month earlier. I don't know about that. We had a lot of... We've been doing a lot of chronology this month. So...
Still warm. And the ceremonial knife. This was a sacrifice.
Sacrifice. What's with the laser beams? I didn't think the Egyptians had developed coherent light
Was
yet.
she trying to figure out their meaning?
AT Ministers petition for June to be Joseph month, where we get more videos about Joseph, and he's my second fave.
This sarcophagus is decorated with goddesses of the mother. Strange symbols are marked all over it.
Mother? Moot? That doesn't look like Moot. No, that doesn't look like Moot.
Offerings to Osiris, protector of the dead. I think I know what dark deeds Haliset was after here. Haliset was doing a ritual. She began by calling to Osiris with these offerings. She used a knife to sacrifice her captives. She collected their blood for some dark purpose. She was attempting to learn these strange symbols. She must have found them in
Strange
this room.
symbols.
Once she knew the symbols,
Ooh.
she carved them here and ended the ritual with one final prayer over the sarcophagus. Haliset must be trying to bring someone back to life. But just who is buried down here?
Hey, I recognize those symbols. Those are tribenzene rings. Oh, let's open the casket. Let's defile a corpse. Oh yeah, we're defiling a corpse. How fun.
Child.
Okay, they did have child coffins.
My child!
You lost your child.
I haven't. Her rest is temporary. You have intervened on her reawakening.
And yet you aligned yourself to the Order. Ravage this tomb. Haliset!
Don't you dare say my name! My name does not merit your lips, you who have dishonored her. I am a good mother. Yeah!
That's not Egyptian clothing. Definitely not.
You're no match for me, desert scum!
Yeah, pet hyenas. Yeah, they don't domesticate. Yeah, her clothing is definitely not Egyptian. Maybe West African.
You are not different than any of the others who have come before you. Come, fight me if you must. Then your blood will be part of my daughter's resurrection. I will bury you in the sand, fool.
Bonbon asks, did Egypt have contact with West Africans? No, they didn't. No, Egypt did not have contact with West Africans. They did have some contact with Sub-Saharan Africans. They had contact with the people from Sudan, Nubia. What would they call Punt? Punt is south of the Fourth Cataract. That's in Sudan and Ethiopia. They had contact with those people. They had some contact with Sub-Saharan Africans a little west of Egypt in the Libyan area. Was probably as far west as they had contact with, but they didn't have contact with West Africans. Gaius Octavius. Kind of messed up to kill a lady who just wants her kid back. It would be, except the friend she keeps.
Storm coming.
Now I will show you what happens to those who desecrate my daughter's tomb. Yeah!
What's she doing burying somebody in Khufu's tomb anyway? Yeah, there was that human sacrifice thing she wants us to overlook.
I have come only for you, Hyena. The gods need not be involved.
You have infringed upon Ije's place of rest, trespasser. The gods are already involved. And so you will find the same fate.
Okay, where did she disappear to? Oh, there she is. Yeah, she just teleported. Okay. People teleporting, period. No.
A just end. You defiled the dead. and enabled the people who killed my son. All on a selfish whim.
No. I gathered this silica for them. It powered the magic stone of those who came before. You saw it, didn't you? These symbols only needed to be learned.
It is not meant for us.
It makes no difference now. I wanted to protect my daughter in life and death. I have done neither. Osiris! Please grant me reunion. She walks alone in the fields of reeds.
Now, I think this is Osiris's bad coming. Yes, sir.
I just want my daughter back!
Ooh. Ooh. Definitely Osiris's bad coming. Mama, her hair is so dumb looking. Are there any period examples of women doing their hair like that? No. Not from Egypt.
May you find your daughter in the afterlife, Khaliset. May the Lord of the Duat guide you.
Yeah, definitely don't mess with Osiris. Osiris is bad what? Oh. Oh, you don't know about the bad and good comings. Okay, let's explain the bad and good comings. That's an important point. Okay. Alright. In Egypt, a god, there was no such thing as good or bad gods. Okay? A god could be both good and bad. Okay? Yeah. So, every god in Egypt had what was called a good coming and a bad coming. Okay? Like, for example, the god Happy, the river god. His good coming was he came and he fertilized the land in the inundation and grew crops and people ate and, you know, were happy. Happy's bad coming is he comes, tears up people's homes, trees and dead animals get flushed down the river, people die from the flooding. That's the bad coming. Every god in Egypt was... Darkblade asks, what's Set's good coming? Power. Okay, Set could give you phenomenal cosmic power. That's Set's good coming. His bad coming is storms. Really, really vicious storms. Okay. Every god has his good and bad coming. Every one of them. There's no exceptions in Egyptian religion. For example, Anubis, thought to be a good god. Okay, if he's a good god, his good coming, he guides you through the afterlife. His bad coming is he puts his thumb on the scales and makes your heart seem heavier than it really is. Bonbon asks, was there any god entity who could only have a bad coming? The only thing that really comes close to that is Apophis. But he's not really a real god anyway. He's more of a demon. And his really only feature in mythology was to eat the sun disk. That's his only feature. His attempt to eat the sun disk. And he never succeeded at it. But, 18 ministers. So what's Osiris's good and bad coming? His good coming is that he allows you to enter into the fields of Osiris and work as a slave for the rest of your natural life. Yeah, it's real charming. That's his good coming. And he would get apotheosized as well. Okay? His bad coming is you are rejected from the fields of Osiris, and Ammit eats your heart. Okay? Even though it's weighed by Anubis, the judge on the of the scales at the weighing of the heart is Osiris. So he's the one who ultimately makes the decision to say, your heart's too heavy? No. Your heart is now alligator, lion, hyena, chow. So yeah. That's Osiris's bad coming. Okay. Justin R. asks the follow-up question here. Is there a metaphysical reason for gods having a dual nature? It just seems to be the way that Egyptian religion developed. AT Ministries. Who eats the heart? It's a demon called Ammit. And it's a female. It's a she. And she's a combination of crocodile, lion, and hippo. You do see it in some temples and in tombs and on Book of the Dead papyri. And her only function seems to be to eat the heart at the weighing. Okay, that seems to be her only function. Okay, says AT Ministries. When you said crocodile, I thought it was Sobek. Sobek is not the only crocodile deity, but he's the most important one. Ammit is one of those hybrid creatures. She's three creatures in one. So she's got the head of a crocodile, the forelimbs and forebody of a lion, and the back end of a hippo. Okay. Here. So we've dealt with this psychopath here. That's nice. So let's look at our quests here. What are we on the main quests? Lizard's Mask. Ooh. Okay, level 21. We're pretty close to that one. Let's see. Great Temple of Ptah. Ooh, that might be interesting. Let's go there. Is that Memphis, or where's that gonna be? Yeah, that's at Memphis. So let's go to Memphis. Okay, we're at Memphis here, the home city of the Ptah cult. We do have here a Sphinx causeway. These are found throughout Egypt in various respects. This one is very nicely done here. Who's this supposed to be of? Hard to see that one. I'd have to look that one up.
Memphis, you tremble with the pangs of execration. Memphis, the city of the ancient.
Yeah, we're taking a course here through the temple.
Whoa. Hey, what's the meaning of this?
Hey. I love how I can just take a horse in through the temple and no one does anything.
You dare accuse me, you coward? You who spent the past 3 days cringing behind the doors of our home? It is your spinelessness that dooms us, not my neglect.
I am blamed for...
That might be both.
Perhaps we forgot some part of the ritual.
I will vomit if I hear more. Have no doubt of
Vomit?
this.
You haven't even drunken
When
yet.
child dies, I die.
No, my Lotus, do not speak like that.
I must go to the seer's house. Leave me be.
What's she wearing on her head? Oh, is this Serapis? That could be Serapis.
High priest.
I'm sorry.
I have come to seek the lizard.
Oh, the lizard. One more affliction for Memphis. The city withers in the darkness of a curse. Disease, pestilence, the poison stink of the air. The ape is ghoul-sickened nearly unto death.
Nice eyeshadow? Yeah. Men and women in ancient Egypt wore cosmetics.
Gods have abandoned us.
Men and women wore eyeliner.
To me for guidance, but
It was common for men and women.
Hush!
Apis! How
It's
has
Serapis!
Hush!
It's the Apis Osiris.
House. My wife Timehotep has miscarried 3 times.
Oh, that's a bad omen.
She's with child again, but if she loses a 4th.
If your Apis bull collapses before its sacrifice, yeah, that's not a good sign. That is not a good
I
sign.
will look into this curse.
My wife's seer can't help. His house is to the southwest.
Moo!
Responsible. I will kneel beside you as they strike us down.
AT Ministries, Dr. Falk sure knows his cow guts. Laugh out loud. Mama, period guy liner confirmed. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a pretty sick looking Apis bull. Woo. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about the Apis bull. Now, the Apis bull was not normally strapped to an altar like this, okay? This is not how it was usually done. Basically, the Apis bull was given a pen. A large pen, okay? So he wasn't confined to a temple like this. He was given a large pen and a harem of cows, okay? So, he was pampered. He was pampered, well treated, given the best food, given enough female pleasure to keep him happy. And when he got to a certain age, and I think it was 20, if I remember correctly here, I'm not sure, but it's something like that, he'd be sacrificed, okay? He would be sacrificed, partially eaten, and the rest of his remains would be mummified. Okay? Yeah, Bonbon says, crazy how they treat some animal better than their own people. Oh, sure, yeah. Absolutely. But they thought this was the incarnation of the god Osiris. Okay? So they thought that this was the manifestation, the incarnation of the god Osiris, who's come back to give prophetic utterances to the people in Memphis. Okay? And the oldest of these Apis burials that we have can be found at Serapeum in Saqqara, and they date, and the Serapeum is full of these massive black sarcophagi. I mean, huge. There's these sarcophagi are absolutely huge because they're meant to hold a bull. So the oldest of these dates to Amenhotep III. So this cult has been going on at least since the time of Amenhotep III. So, but very interesting little cult. It is one of the bovine bull gods of ancient Egypt, and this is definitely, yeah, this particular Apis has seen better days. Yeah, he's not looking well. He's a very, very sick-looking cow. Ooh. Okay. So, let's go hunting for... What are we hunting for here? Reach the seer's house and speak to Amenhotep. And there's a back entrance. Look at that. I just carried that torch through brush. Didn't set anything on fire. That's not period, no. No. Alright, let's find a way to cross the river here. Darkblade, which common stereotype about ancient Egypt irritates you the most? It's hard to say, really. I don't know if there's one that really sort of stands out, a stereotype that I really dislike about Egypt.
Whoa.
I think probably the one stereotype I would say that stands out to me about Egypt that kind of is annoying is sort of the whole, oh, they had knowledge, you know, incredible knowledge of science and all that we don't have today, and it's really not true. Okay, we get to go check someone else's house. Woohoo!
Grow, O light. Come forth, O light.
Okay, who's this weird seer? Not Egyptian.
You have come at last.
Who is this man?
He is the deliverer. Many years I have waited for him.
What?
Ooh, he's waited for me.
Help me dream my child away from death.
Let us proceed with the ritual.
The ritual.
Bring me the cauldron.
Yeah, 18 Ministries. What about the one that were so dumb that only aliens could have made the pyramids? Yeah, that one's kind of annoying too.
In the heavens, I am servant to the great God, who gives light exceeding.
Yeah, the ones that actually believe that are irritating.
I am the companion of the flame.
Oh, I know one myth that really annoys me. The idea that pyramids were granaries. It's still around there. It was promoted by Ron Wyatt. Ben Carson has repeated the myth. That one really annoys me.
I am the companion of the flame, in whose mouth the fire is not quenched. Place the cauldron now. The god will not stay with us long. I am the master of secret things, the form of the soul that rests.
What was this for?
Reveal yourself here today and answer me without falsehood.
Okay, see it.
Let your eyes be opened.
Bonbon asks, if the temple was broken like that, would it devalue it in the eyes of the Egyptians? Not really. Temples did break from time to time. It was...
Let your eyes be opened.
Oh, that was creepy. Ouch! Boom! Guys, Octavius, thoughts on the crackpot idea that Joseph and Imhotep were the same person? Yeah, that's ridiculous. Oh dear. Game crashed. Okay. Just a moment. We gotta restart here. See what happened. Not good at all. Okay, let's see what happened here. That's the wrong one. Wrong one anyway. I don't know if the Microsoft... I don't think Microsoft did an update, but that's the wrong game. That's the wrong version of it. Just a second, guys. It'll take me a moment to restart. Yeah, what was in that drink that it caused the game to crash? Exactly. How long is the stream supposed to be? It's supposed to be 3 hours, so we're supposed to have another 20 minutes. It'll take a couple minutes here for it to restart. Imagine if that was programmed in. There were actually a few games out there that do break the fourth wall. The one of them is I remember Doki Doki Literature Club. That was a pretty interesting game. It was actually designed for you to go in and delete character files, and it self-deleted its character files, and you were supposed to manipulate the files. So, yeah, AT Ministries. I have played Doki Doki Literature Club. There was a time I really liked it. It was. Are we not coming back up yet? Let's see what's... Okay, there we go. Well, how it's a good game, yeah, but how exactly do you define beating Doki Doki Literature Club though? Okay. Um It could be. I mean, I've seen that Gravity Falls episode. Seuss and the Mechanique says there's a fair case that Doki Doki Literature Club is based on the Gravity Falls episode Seuss and the Real Girl. It could be. Okay, we might be back here.
Obsceno got clear.
Okay, we're back. So I guess we're in our vision now after taking that chug of whatever.
What is this god's forsaken place? Is someone there? What is that? Some kind of tomb.
Okay, some kind of tomb. Ooh, look at that.
Keep moving. Or be swallowed by the desert.
Uh-oh. We're definitely not in Egypt anymore. Just enough time for a snack break.
I should head towards those braziers. I must keep moving, or be swallowed by the desert.
It's the duet? Oh, it could be. Could be. Where's the engineer? Someone didn't do their engineering right. Now this is a big temple. I've never seen a temple this large. There's no temple in Egypt this large. That would be absolutely massive. I like the aesthetic of it, though. I wish really Egypt had this kind of aesthetic. Ooh, spooky. Yeah, very Ptolemaic here. I like that. It's nice. Big old scales. Guy's holding some kryptonite. Is he dead? I don't know. Looks kind of dead. But why the kryptonite? That's supposed to be a horned viper? No, it's not a cobra. It's got horns on it. No, But cobras don't have horns on their nose. That looks like a rattlesnake. Was that? Did you just see a rattle on the end of that thing? Basilisk. Probably.
Anubis, Lord of the Dead. Did that crazy old fool poison me?
Yep, they poisoned you.
Poison. I am he who drives off the destructive one. So Apep can be hurt. I take the bow. I sweep the sky with it.
Ouch.
Protect me. You will not devour my heart. I am he who drives off the destructive one.
Yeah, I am. If I'm he who drives off the destructive one, I'm not doing a very good job of it.
I am he who knots the cord and lashes the shrine together.
Get up.
You will not devour my heart. I take the bow. I sweep the sky with it. He's weakening. I am he who drives off the destructive one. You will not devour my heart!
Okay.
I take the bow. I sweep the sky with it. You will not devour my heart. I take the bow. I sweep the sky with it.
Where'd he go? There he is.
I am he who drives off the destructive one. Hearts, doesn't it? You will not devour my heart.
Okay, then now cruise is over.
Return to the Chaos Sea. I am the Great One within his eye. It is not my time yet. You will feel the Sun God's wrath. Horemheb will tear the Duat apart. You will not claim me, destructive one! I will not go into the Valley of Darkness. Return to the Chaos Sea! You will not claim me, destructive one! It is not my time yet! I am the Great One within his eye. I will destroy you. Die, Soul Eater! Be gone!
Okay. Now I'm drowning. Definitely never eat, drink anything strange at a Sears house, okay? Thumb. Oh, by the way, there are not going to be any strange giant snake cruises on the tour. Just saying. Yeah, looks like a lotus pond of some kind. Weird. Except lotuses don't glow like that. AT Ministries. Well, fighting a Papus on a sunbark in the duat with a bow of Amon-Ra beyond the tour. Not that I know of. Will we be drinking lotus tea at Sears house on the tour? No, but I know a great place where you can get blue lotus perfume.
I have traveled through the tomb. Dark and lonely ground.
Oh no, don't tell me we're in the wheat fields of Osiris. Please. Get to work. It is like the wheat fields of Osiris. Yeah, where's the body of gold and iron? Okay, my OBS studio is frozen again. I hope we're still playing. Are we... Okay, we're back. Papa! Is the pronunciation of iron standard in your area? Yes, it is. I'm Canadian, eh? Yeah, Kiarfal's got it right. Bring your own bottled water when visiting a seer, just saying.
They are returned, safe from him, who would close their eyes in darkness.
My child lives.
Praise to the gods.
What do you see?
Your enemy and hers are the same. Refuse. The temple food, he who prepares it, poisons your womb with flesh of the dead.
Ew.
Go and slay the poisoner and lift Memphis out of evil.
Ew, putting dead people in your food? What is this, Soylent Green?
Praise to him who will deliver us all.
Okay, well, that was a good time.
Speak of your own true seeing. Come to me in the fullness of the moment.
Thank you.
Someone's mumbling. Okay. He's not doing bad for a seer. Let's turn on some lights here so we can see his goods here. Yeah, he's got some nice stuff. He's got a candle and some vases. What the heck?
Hiya.
Cutscene.
My love.
Aya's back. Look at that. What's she been up to?
Better for seeing your face.
There's a strangeness in your eyes. What afflicts you?
Dreams. Of our son.
Bayek.
The High Priest's wife has been poisoned. Her seer claims
Dark
that her poisoner is our
Blade.
enemy.
Try asking Dr. Falk to say
I believe
about.
so.
The Apis bull is also at the point of death. Let's go to the temple. We can speak more of your dreams on the way. Come, we'll take a boat for speed.
Well, some Canadians say a boot.
So,
I don't. I've
how
never
does it
said a
feel
boot.
to be Magi
My
to the
dad
whole of
does.
Egypt?
But I say
Fairly
about.
after an ant colony sometimes. But I am proud to serve those in need.
As am I. And proud to serve the Queen.
18 Ministry says, we say about,
Yes,
they say a
in advance
boot,
of
we
the
say
Queen's
coffee, they say Tim Hortons.
coming to Memphis.
Yeah!
Yes.
We say syrup, they say our lifeblood. Yep.
That'll set the young Ptolemy on notice.
It lifts my heart to see you, Bayek.
Aya, you are the one joy left in my life. I want you at my
Oh,
side
that's
again.
sad.
I am bound to the Queen's service.
And our bond.
You're the one joy.
It means as
Never
much as
see you. You're off running around with Greek sailors, but hey, you're the one
I
joy.
trust the Queen.
What has she done for you that I have not?
She lifts my gaze to the horizon. I will never stop mourning what we lost. Never. But I must make a world that is larger than our griefs. So that
Question.
no mother
You like
ever
Tim
again
Hortons?
believes what I have
A
lived.
little too much sometimes.
I killed
I do like their
After you killed
I do
Giza,
like their donuts.
I will
Okay.
leave Memphis.
I shouldn't eat their
I will
donuts,
follow.
but I do like
Let
them.
us hunt together as we did before.
Yeah.
You said
18
Giza's
Mistress
troubled your
Bayek.
mind.
Confirmed simp.
Want to tell
Laugh
me
out loud. Yeah, pretty
No.
much.
I would rather not burden you.
We will need to speak of it someday.
Hmm?
Once the sands have settled.
Once the sun
Yeah,
sets.
Wendy's bought them out.
When will that
Yeah,
be?
Tim Hortons has not been the same since Wendy's bought them out. Okay. Well, this is... Alrighty, so we're supposed to bring her to the temple by boat. Now, I'm just going to have Senno take a look here because I'm not sure about our directions. Does look like there is a route around. Oops. Bible Exegete, are those boats accurate? Yes, this one is. They did make boats from papyrus. That was something they did do. They didn't need... one of the things with the boats of papyrus is they didn't necessarily need a lot of pitch on them. That was one of the things that they could sort of keep out on. These were meant to be temporary boats. So they weren't permanent. They were not meant to be permanent. They were seasonal. Permanent boats were made out of wood. And they were expensive. Papyrus boats were meant to be temporary. They were seasonal. They were only meant to last a couple months at tops. So people didn't put a lot of effort into maintaining these papyrus boats. So once you had them made, they were meant to be sort of to break down as such. You asking for more soup? Are we going back to the sick cow? I think we're going back to the sick cow.
Where should we begin?
Check the god's enclosure. I'll speak to the priestesses.
Of course. Give me the dung heap job.
That's nice. The nice job. Enter the sick cows.
Would use a taster for the god's water. These are offerings to the bull. They seem sound.
Wait a minute. Are they feeding this? They're feeding these bull... that chicken wings? I can't tell. I see grapes. I see fruit. I'm not sure that's a great diet for a cow. Just saying. Seems a little high on the sugars. Shouldn't the cow have, like, lots of hay?
Your coat has lost its luster, Shining One. And your flanks are hollowed. Hathor give you strength.
You've had it.
Pasharemta would use a taster for the god's water.
Your coat has lost its luster, Shining One. And your flanks are hollowed. Hathor give you strength.
Okay. I see some hay on the floor there, on the carpeting. Ooh. I see they got some nice silk pillows here for the Apis bull. Hi, Diane. How's it going? More silk pillows for the Apis bull because, you know, he just needs to, like, flake out here and just enjoy life as the incarnation of Osiris. And they even got a little oil lamp for him. Oh, how all the comforts of the pen.
Hey, do you feed the Apis bull?
No. Them girl priestesses take care of all of that.
Do you know where his fodder is kept?
In that building over by the stairs. But they shut it up last week when the bull got sick.
My thanks.
The bull's sickness could come from his food. But it is too soon to say. I need more evidence. Food for the bull. The rest is likely stored inside the shed.
Yep, and that's how we do it. We break and enter.
Peach bits. If the Apis bull was fed with these, that would explain his sickness. The necklace here.
Cyanide.
One of the twin priestesses wore something like it. Let us see if the other is missing a weight from around her neck.
Ooh, we've got a clue. Let's see if we can find the...
Greetings, sisters of Osiris.
As I thought. One priestess is missing her necklace.
How long have you served in this temple?
2 months, ever since the new bull was chosen.
I am a servant of the Queen, who wishes very much to see Apis thrive. Can you tell me of your daily habits?
Every day is the same.
This is a subtle way of poisoning an animal.
My sisters, this is surely an accident.
One, maybe. But not a bushel.
We had to save Pantratus!
Hey! Who?
Our brother! Bandits ripped him away from us as we walked in the market.
Oh,
They
that's
forced
nice.
us to poison the god.
They told us they were gonna feed our brother to crocodiles unless we...
We have not slept through the night since.
I'm so sorry. We had no choice. We never...
They never have a choice.
Something's wrong. These are not curses.
The Order is surely behind this. Go to the Temple of Hathor without me. The twins cannot be left alone.
Okay. We have are at 7:15 here. We have gone for 3 hours here, so we're going to call it a night at this point. We have dealt with 2 of the let's see here, targets. Okay. So we've dealt with the Scarab and the Hyena. So they're we're now left with the lizard and the crocodile left. So and we've made some pretty good progress. We've been under the Sphinx. Ooh. And killed a whole bunch of hyenas. So, with that said, we're going to call it a night. Thank you all for joining us tonight. We are glad to have done this part 8 of our playthrough. And we will see you next time on Ancient Egypt and the Bible. Good night, everyone.